everybody, welcome to Quik Products videos. Today we'll be discussing the Quik Load. The Quik Load is a speed loader for 22 rifles with tubular magazines. Very simple, two parts. The inner carrier carries 17 rounds of 22 ammo. The housing holds everything in place and keeps it there. When you're ready to load, you simply remove the plunger tube from your magazine, place the Quik Load over the top of the magazine, and just gently pull, and in just that short a time you can load 17 rounds. There's a couple features I'd like to discuss, and one of them is called the bullet stop. If you pull too fast, it stops the operation. And the reason it does that is if the bullet stop wasn't there, shells would just fly out onto the ground. As you're pulling out and it stops you, you just back up a little bit and then continue. If you're getting kind of a jerky motion, just slow down a little bit. It seems like it takes a little longer, but it still only takes about 2 or 3 seconds to load. Another feature I'd like to talk about is competition shooting. 4H shooters can only load with 10 rounds at a time because typically like a 10-22 or some of the other rifles have 10-round magazines. During some of the competitions, they have to fire a series, reload, and fire another series. If they happen to fire 11 rounds instead of 10, they not only lose the 11th shot, they lose the points, the highest points for their best shot. So with the Quik Load, they can simply pull a full load of 10 and then they're done and ready to move on. One question that comes up often is, will the Quik Load work for 22 Magnum and 17s? And the answer is yes, it will. When I originally designed the Quik Load, we were really after that 22 rifle with the tubular magazine, but we also planned ahead and made it long enough so that you can use the 22 Magnum and 17s, but it does take a little bit different loading technique. I've preloaded the carrier with a few just to speed things up so I could show you how this works. You have to load it through the dispensing hole, and you just move the carrier a little bit at a time as you pull it back with one finger and drop them in from the dispensing hole. There. Now, because the cases are longer, I can't remove it this way, but that's okay because you really won't want to remove it until you're ready to load. So with the full load of 17s and 22 mags in here, I'll demonstrate that it actually just loads just as easily and just as quickly as 22 long rifles. So 22 mags and 17s do work. And another thing I'd like to point out is that for anybody that wants to be a dealer and doing demonstrating like I do at gun shows, they don't like you to load guns at gun shows with live ammunition. So I took just a dowel rod and from a gun parts store, a tube from a 22 rifle and a piece of oak, and mounted the tube onto the dowel with just some eye hooks. And it works great. To catch the shells, I just used some PVC pipe. Very easy, just slip it under the end of the tube and you can demo all day long. If you have any questions, go to quikload.com, that's Quik-Load.com, and email or call, and we will try to answer all of your questions. Earlier in the video we showed that the Quik Load could be used for 17 HMR and 22 mag, and I thought I'd give a little closer demonstration how that works. Normally we would load the carrier with 22 long rifles and then insert into the housing. When loading 17s and 22 mags, we do it a little bit different. There's a different technique. We start with the first open hole and then load in the rounds by moving the carrier just a little bit each time. And once you get the hang of it, it's very easy, almost as fast as loading the 22s. That's a little bit of a safety feature now here too, because if you can't remember what you have loaded in it, if you can't pull it all the way out, you either have 22 mags or 17s. But when you go to dispense the rounds, it works exactly the same. They just drop right out into the tube. So there you go. You have a 3-round carrier. It can handle 22 mag, 22 long rifle, and 17 HMR. If you have any more questions about this, please visit the website or email. It's quikload.com, info@quikload.com, and thank you for choosing the Quik Load.